The Darien National Park is a national park inside of Panama. We chose this ecosystem because it is unique and we have never heard of it before, so we decided it would be interesting to learn about.
On the left side of this map, it shows roughly where Darien National Park is. And on the right side of that map, Darien National Park is in green, next to Panama City.
The organisms that we used in the food web were autotrophs, also known as producers. They consisted of the durian, the Escalera de mono. Primary consumers consisted of Central American agouti, the spotted paca, capybara, Guatemalan black howler monkeys, and the night monkeys. Secondary consumers consisted of the American crocodile, the ocelot, and the harpy eagle. Finally, the tertiary consumer was the jaguar.
This energy pyramid of Darien National Park shows the energy from autotrophs at the bottom of the pyramid go to the first level consumers, to the second level consumers, to the tertiary consumers, all while giving off heat. The autotrophs get their energy from the sun, which is unlimited.
The water cycle best fits the Darien National Park because it shows how the trees and plants receive all the nutrients that they need to grow because the trees have been there growing for hundreds of years, and the species that inhabit the park depend on most plant life in there. One way humans disrupt the water cycle is we use the water from Darien National Park to irrigate crops.
The density-dependent factor of Darien National Park is competition. In Darien National Park, both harpy eagles and papoon eagles are competing for land and food. Harpy eagles eat most species inside the park, which will affect the food chain if the papoon eagle takes over the land where the harpy eagle inhabits, because the papoon eagle only eats small mammals like possums, squirrels, and small deer. The density-independent factor of Darien National Park are human activities such as clear-cutting forest or deforestation. In Darien National Park, deforestation is the biggest issue in the ecosystem because the animals that inhabit the park are important to Panama's and Colombia's food chain. Also, the park's forests are hundreds and hundreds of years old and have endangered species living throughout the park.
The largest human influence on Darien National Park and its ecosystem is deforestation. And this is a problem because the government left the trees untouched for many years, so the forest inside the park was allowed to grow and flourish, which created a well-suited environment for the species inside of the park. A social benefit of deforestation is the wood harvested from the deforestation is used to make paper, but a risk is it can be dangerous. An economic benefit of deforestation is after people cut down the trees, they can sell them to paper companies. An economic risk is if there are no companies to buy their trees, they have lost money. And if there are no more trees to cut down, the deforesters don't have business, meaning no money for them. An ecological risk is organisms may not have a place to live anymore. And since plants take CO2 from the air and turn it into oxygen, there will be more CO2 in the air if a lot of plants are harvested. An ecological benefit is, but other plants may have a chance to flourish now that a lot of the dominant plants, being trees, have been removed.
A couple invasive species from Darien National Park are the yellow fever mosquito, which feeds on human blood and carries the yellow fever virus, which causes pain, fatigue, headache, and bleeding. Another invasive species of Darien National Park is the Asian tiger mosquito, which transmits many human diseases, including the West Nile virus.
The Darien National Park's biggest ecological threat is deforestation. Humans can work together to reduce the amount of deforestation by using as little paper as possible and recycling when we do.